Yesterday, we had a conversation on the channel. Cart and I did about a Jordan Stocks tweet where he insinuated that Michael Brown is just way better than AJ Dybantsa right now. And we had a long, fleshed out conversation about it. We ultimately disagreed with it, but we can understand why someone would watch this FIBA World Cup event and come away from it saying, hey, Michael Brown's clearly the best player here, even on a team with AJ Dybantsa, even though AJ is a better prospect, whatever. Go listen to that full convo if you want our full thoughts. But I think somehow that tweet went so viral that ESPN personalities took notice, and specifically Mr. Fran Fraschilla, I think, threw a little shade at either Jordan Stocks, or I don't know, maybe Fran somehow saw our video about it and considers us the people that were propagating this take. But Fran tweeted about this yesterday, defending AJ Dybantsa. I'm going to read his full tweet, then I'll throw it to you. Fran said this, quote, "I am seeing these subtle shots at BYU AJ Dybantsa by people watching the FIBA World Cup on their laptops, and I'm smiling. No offense to some really great young teammates, but I watched him for a solid week in Colorado Springs. When AJ needed to dominate the scrimmages, everyone in the game knew USA is toying with inferior teams at the moment. He has a gift for letting teammates shine. Too early to make pronouncements." That's about as direct as you'll ever see an ESPN analyst get to like burner accounts on Twitter. And I don't mean to call Jordan Stocks a burner account because Jordan Stocks does great stuff, but like it's definitely Fran responding to that tweet. That is 100% what is happening here. So, Riley, where do you stand on all of this, and what's your reaction to Fran's tweet?
Yeah, first off, I really hope that Sleepers is under the umbrella of subtle shots because college basketball media bucket list is to be on the receiving end of a passive aggressive Fraschilla tweet that he punctuates with the thumbs up emoji, the basketball emoji, and the winky face emoji. You know that's his signature. I need that, Fran. I might have to chirp at him just to see if I can get that response. But I actually agree with the point where he's coming from. And people, the conversations that we had with guys who work in the industry, who've covered AJ throughout his career, who's watched him at all the different EYBL showcases, at the Geico Nationals, they all seem to say that the concern with AJ will be, where is his mind when he's playing a November bye game? But when BYU is playing Houston, when they're playing Kansas, when they're playing Baylor, when they're playing Arizona in Big 12 play, yeah, those are going to be where he performs at when the lights are the brightest. And I even go back 2 summers ago, Peach Jam 2023. This was before Dybantsa had reclassed. He was a rising sophomore, and I think I saw this actually doing some research for this. He's only 2 weeks younger than Darren Peterson, if I'm not mistaken. So he is sort of back in like what would be his normal class, but still you have to take into account just the developmental curve with the reclass and everything. Rising sophomore, playing up a level with the U17s, and he led Peach Jam in scoring. Like he was outscoring, outproducing all of these rising seniors, and that was 2 years ago. I mean, you go back even further, he won the Massachusetts Gatorade Player of the Year as a freshman. Like you have all these accolades throughout his career where you have seen him like perform at a high level to get this notoriety that I don't think you just get by coasting on your athletic ability or coasting on, you being 6'9" and having a bag or whatever. I think he is going to be a big game player. And like watching some of the highlights of the USA against Jordan, like what are we even doing here? Like I would mail it in too if I was like him. If I would probably try to play the second half with my left hand if I was AJ Dybantsa. Like only shoot lefty jumpers if we're playing Jordan and we're winning by 50.
This video is brought to you by NBA 2KLab.com. 2K Lab worked with us last summer as well. They're one of our favorite entities in all of sports gaming. We want to show you their college basketball stadium locator challenge game. And I'm going to share a screen right now as we do this. South Carolina, bang. Oh,
Ooh,
okay, that's pretty good. Next, North Carolina. Why are we only getting the Carolinas?
please
Bang.
lock in.
St. John's, that's New York.
New York.
Bang.
Where's New Jersey?
We're on fire. Colorado. I actually don't know what state Colorado is.
It's in Colorado. There's a state of
Is that
Colorado.
this one?
It's to the right of Phoenix.
Anyway, you get the picture. This game's really fun. They've got more games as well, like Guess the NBA Player, Mystery Fantasy Draft, and more. Stay tuned for all of the college football content and games that they'll be putting together to help you get the best experience out of college football 26. Back to the video. If we're singling out the Jordan game, too, for the record, AJ and Michael played the same amount of minutes, and AJ was better than Michael. He was more engaged in that game than Michael was. Michael took 3 shot attempts, scored 3 points. AJ was at least productive in his 11 minutes quickly. So, like, this was the point I made on yesterday's conversation about this, but it's way too small of a sample size to definitively say anybody's better than the other. Go off everything we've seen for the last 2 years. Go off everything we know about AJ coming in. But I don't know. I'm not just completely or agreeing with Fran and disagreeing with Jordan here, because there are some elements of this that cracked me up. Like Fran using, I watched him for a solid week in Colorado Springs as the biggest indicator. Like 3 days in Colorado Springs was more meaningful than 3 days in the actual FIBA World Cup. Like, no, that's not how this works. The actual games matter more than the training camp that you were standing in the corner of the gym for. So, like, you can't take that away from Michael just because he looked good in training camp. I would also add, like, Fran's point here that he has a gift for letting teammates shine. Don't know that I think that's the accurate portrayal of this, and I don't mean to say AJ's not an unselfish teammate. I think everybody loves him, but like to me, that seems like the most positive possible way to frame the idea that AJ gets disengaged in games he's bored in. Right? Like that's you're saying the whole concern is he going to care about November bye games? Is he going to care when we're up 90 against Jordan? Like that's not letting his teammates shine. That's like this dude's disengaged. So I don't know what Fran is doing other than like he loves AJ Dybantsa. That's perfectly reasonable to love AJ Dybantsa. I like to consider myself an AJ Dybantsa fan as well. But I think this is like as rosy of a spin zone as we can do that probably wasn't necessary. At the same time, Jordan Stock's original insinuation that Michael Brown's better than AJ Dybantsa also wasn't necessary. So I'm not even mad at Fran for going to bat for Dybantsa like this. I just I'm kind of laughing at all of it, Riley, because it reminds me of the actual Olympics. Like this is a Team USA team. But let's think of the real Team USA, right? We just watched, in my opinion, the most fun version of Team USA we've had in like 15 years. And it was led by 3 guys, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, right? Those guys were sensational. No one would argue those were the 3 guys. Can you imagine how stupid we would all feel if after every single game in that event, we came out of it being like, is Steph Curry actually better than LeBron James? Like, no, Steph Curry hit 11 threes today. That was cool. LeBron let him rock because he was on fire. This entire run has been Koa Pete, AJ Dybantsa, and Michael Brown. I'm not saying those guys are Curry, LeBron, and Durant, but we don't need to debate who's better after every 20-minute sample size on it. All 3 of them have been unbelievable. All 3 of them are going to be great pros, great players in college, and that's where I'm at with it right now.
I agree on all counts. One thing I will add, Greg, you know what this tweet is telling me I need to do?
What's that?
It's telling me I need to work on my Fran Fraschilla impersonation so I can tell you that you don't know what it's like to be in those Colorado Springs scrimmages unless you're there. That's his data inflection point against the small sample size.
Honestly, do you go to the beach house again anytime soon? Are you going on vacation again soon?
Yeah, I am actually at the end of the month. Yeah.
Okay, so when you're there, I need you to tweet like Fran Fraschilla constantly for like vacation updates the whole time.
Okay, I got you. I got you. I will start practicing that bit now. I got like 20 days to refine it before we go live.
What's that place called? What's the locale? Not to dox you, but
so I was in Bald Head Island last week. This time around I'll be in Hilton Head and then I'll be in Kiowa. Kiowa would be like the most Fran friendly. Yeah, Kiowa is definitely Fran type vibes.
Yeah, I need like I am seeing these subtle shots at Kiowa Island from people Googling pictures on their laptops, and I'm smiling. No offense to some nice beaches, but I had feet on the ground for a solid week in the sand, and it was sunny. Like just I need that with emojis multiple times, please.
With